Hello people, welcome to North Alabama. On this show we're going to look at this knife here, a Schrade Scrimshaw. This knife has a unique backstory to it. I'd like for you to stick around. I think y'all be interested in hearing it. If you like the video, give me a like, give me a subscribe, and my videos will be easier to find. And please leave a comment. I want to know what y'all think about this knife, when y'all think it was made, and what y'all think about the backstory. Okay, let's look at this knife in detail here. First, let's talk about the knife in general. Then we want to talk about its construction. And then I have a pretty unique backstory with this knife. So I think you'll find it interesting. Stick around. All right, this is a premium Schrade Stockman Scrimshaw, part of the Great American Outdoors series. Okay, it's a 3 7/8, almost 4 inches. It's the same size as a case 47 Stockman, if you're familiar with that. Check this little tape measure I got out here. Made in the USA, great neck. My wife's stepfather passed a few years ago, and I got some of his stuff, and that was in it. I have no idea when that was made, but I'm thinking it's old since it's made in the USA. Okay, let's look at this knife here. It has carbon steel blades, it has a clipped main blade. It has a sheep foot blade, and this sheep foot blade seems to be very long to me. It's thin, narrow, but it's long. I like that. I'm digging that. It has a spade blade, and it seems pretty narrow, and it seems long too to me. I really like that. Okay, got great snap. Okay, let's look at the box here. This is the box it was in. Schrade Scrimshaw of the Great Outdoors, made in the USA. A 505 SC for Scrimshaw. Okay, this paper here was inside the box. Got a nice letter here from the president of Schrade. Some instructions on proper use here. And no warranty card on the back. But there's a clue in this paper. And I'll show you in just a minute about when this knife was made, because there's very kind of a controversy between when this knife was made. Okay, it has a Scrimshaw of ducks in flight on this side. It has Scrimshaw, Schrade Scrimshaw etched on the blade. On this side, it has a block with some kind of design there. I assume for you to put your initials there. The handles are an off-white, cream-colored, almost yellow Delrin. They're more of a cream color. They're meant to mimic whale tooth or whale bone. Hundreds of years ago, the Scrimshaw art was on whale ivory handled knives. And this is what this Schrade collection was trying to mimic. They was trying to mimic Scrimshaw and whalebone. Okay? Here's where the controversy comes in. Okay, let me zoom in here. All right. They hot stamp these things, supposedly, from what research I could get, is they hot stamp this image in here from a drawing by an artist, and his name was Frank Gigiani, is what I could come up with on my research. And see here where it's got his name and 82. Well, I was thinking this was an 82 knife, okay? And I've seen other people show these knives, and the year here on the stamp, they thought that it was the year the knife was made also, okay? Let's go back to our paper here. All right. Let's look right here where it tells you how to sharpen it. Look right here by my thumb. 1991 Imperial Schrade Corporation. I'm thinking this is a 1991 knife. And the artist that made this portrait here that they used for the stamping, he made that in 82. He could have made that on canvas or black line drawing or something, or just made it strictly for this. I don't know. But he's got that dated 82. And the papers that came with the knife are 91. So I'm thinking the knife is 91, and the picture, the original picture of the ducks are 82. That's what I'm thinking. While we zoomed in here, let's take a good look at there's the tang stamp. The etch on the blade. Let's look at this edge here. This knife here was new in the box, never been sharpened, never been handled, and we're going to go over that in just a second, how I come about this knife. Look at this grain in this steel here. I really dig that, as Terry would say. I really dig that grain there. I like that. Okay. From what I gathered on this, they stopped making these knives in '96, and they would make anywhere from 9 to 13 patterns a year, and they would put different designs on it every year. Now, I've seen a Stockman like this, but it would have 3 ducks in like swimming on a pond. So every year they would put something different on the side of it. Okay, this knife was never toted or never carried, I can tell, because the ones I've seen of these, the Schrade Scrimshaw here would either be gone or very slight where you could barely see it. This right here would always be wore off. And this image here, a lot of times it would be wore pretty good. So these knives, if you carried them and used them, the images on them wouldn't last very long. Now these were a top of the line with Schrade. Schrade made old timers, Uncle Henry's, and they made these things. And these things got a little extra attention from what I could research. They were kind of like the pocket worn case. They had a lot of handwork done to them. Look at these back springs here. And the transitions, the pins. Look how the blades go together. I have not found any flaw on this knife. It's probably the best built Stockman I've come across as far as fit and finish. So whoever built this knife and what year they built it, they did a good job. Did a real good job. Okay, let's talk about how I come about this knife. And most of y'all know that I drive a truck for a living, and I work from like 3 a.m. to noon. So my lunch time is everybody else's breakfast time. So I got this little cafe I pull into and take my lunch, and after a while I noticed this elderly gentleman in there most of the time, and he sat by himself and I sat by myself. And over time I got to speaking with him, hi, how you doing kind of stuff, and then it led to another, and one day I asked him if I could sit and talk with him. So we started sitting and talking with each other. And one day I left before him, and I just paid for his tab too. I got his meal. Well, not long after that, I saw him, and he knew I'd collected knives from our talks, and he collects guns. And he says, I got some gun parts in a box the other day, and there was a knife down in it. It was still in the box, a Schrade knife. He said, do you want it? I said, sure, I want it. He says, I'll bring it tomorrow. So I met him for lunch and his breakfast, you know. And he pulls this thing out. I was expecting an old beat up old timer, maybe an Uncle Henry if I'm lucky. He brings this little jewel out, still in the box. I mean, brand new. I almost hit the floor. And I knew what it was when I saw it. So I offered to buy it from him, give him some money. He wouldn't take it. I told him I'd bring him a knife and we'd do a swap, a horse trade. And he pulls out a little buck Stockman he carried in his pocket, about 3 inches, probably about this long. And he said he liked to tote a little penknife like that, you know. And he didn't want to trade. He wanted to give this to me because I appreciated knives, and he understood that because he appreciates guns. So that's how I come across this. And the reason I'm telling this is that you come across people every day, you know, and they're sitting maybe by themselves eating and everything. I mean, speak to them. I mean, you ain't got to barge in, but a hi, how you doing? It's the kind of thing. Be friendly. Respect your elders and talk to them and listen to what they got to say. And that's what I'm trying to get over by telling y'all this story. I know this man by his first name, Mr. Tony. I don't even know his last name, and I've talked to him for years. And Mr. Tony is a Marine vet, a Vietnam vet, but that's all I'm going to say about that. But Mr. Tony is having some health problems, and we believe in prayer at my house, and I know a lot of you guys do too. So I'm asking you, please say a prayer for Mr. Tony, that his health improves. Okay. All right. I come across this the other day. This little light here. It's metal, it's not plastic. It's a little longer than what you guys told. But I'm trying to get with the program. I got me a little EDC light here. I'm gonna try it for a while. Okay. If you like this video, please give me a like. If you want to see more of my stuff, if you'll subscribe, it'll be a lot easier to find. And please leave a comment. I'd like to know what y'all think about what year this knife's made, 82 or 91. I'd like to hear what y'all think about the construction of the knife. I'd like to hear what y'all think about Mr. Tony. And that's gonna be the show. It went a long time, this video, so we're not gonna have an ending. This is gonna be the ending. So I'll have another show next week. See y'all. Thank y'all for watching my video on this knife here. I appreciate y'all. I want to hear what y'all got to say about it. I appreciate y'all's opinions on my videos. And if you would, I ask for you to pray for Mr. Tony. Mr. Tony's health to get better. Thank you.